On camera.
Hey everybody, I'm about to show you how to open a young Thai coconut here. You get these at Kroger's for like $3, or you get them at K&S or Fresh and Fresh or Patel's, for less. You can buy them by the case. And for people that are trying to get off of animal products like chicken and meat, it's really nice food. It has a lot of calories. And it has a lot of nutrition, and you can make it into yogurt, so it's a replacement for dairy. Because the animal proteins, if you read Colin Campbell's book about called the China Study, it talks about how the animal proteins cause cancer, and there's a lot of concern about that. So that's a great way to get a really yummy yogurt, or yummy coconut meat is really yummy. But you got to learn how to open them, and so I'm going to show you that now. So you shave it like that. They come with plastic wrap. I took the plastic wrap off here, and this is the tough part. Yeah, what I do is grab the coconut down low like that, because I'm going to strike right here, and you need a cleaver with a corner on the bottom here, and sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. So here we go. And that opens up like that. Then you just put the straw in, and there's a lot of meat here. And then, it's like, you give that to the kids. I mean, that's really healthy. And that's full of, like, electrolytes, not like of the Gatorade variety, which I don't think is very healthy, the sports drinks. But I don't go for that. I go for this, like, before a soccer game or after a soccer game. This is really good, a liquid to drink. And then the coconut meat, which is that white stuff here, if you come in close, you can see I'm sort of pushing it. Well, that's like an 1/8 or a 1/4 inch thick of coconut meat. It's very fattening, so it's got a lot of calories. It's very delicious. And then we mix it with, what is that? Can you hand me that behind you, please? And I'll take the camera and let you explain, okay?
Oh, me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So this is acidophilus, and so we're going to put the coconut meat into the Vitamix.
Right here?
Well,
we're not going to do that now, but
we're going to do the small one. We got a small one here.
Yeah.
And so you put the coconut meat in here with one of these capsules. But you can get this at Whole Foods, by the way.
Acidophilus. Let me zero in on that. Okay, good.
It doesn't have to be this brand or anything. Just ask the store help.
And you've heard acidophilus, they put that in milk. Yep.
Yeah, and yogurt too.
Yeah.
And then you just open the capsule into it. I don't want to do it here because I'd rather do it on top of the coconut meat. Yep. Because if I put it in first, it might get lost down the bottom there. And I want to make sure it's really getting into the whole situation. And then once you've done that, you put just top up with some good quality water, not city water.
Yeah.
City water's got
we use this device right here to it's a water distiller, and it will go into here, and I'll make a gallon a day, and so much better tasting, and so. Okay, and then you want to? I'll just talk about some of these foods here, hon. If you
I just have a comment to make.
Oh.
You said that this is very fattening. I mean, I have an issue with that because it's a good fat.
Yeah.
It'll be very fattening if you eat a lot of it all at once, or if But
well, when you're on a vegan diet, it's hard to get calories.
Yeah, but you want to get good fats in your diet. So avocados, or this is great. And so when I make the yogurt, I'm only eating a portion of that fat because it's kind of watered down for one thing.
And digested.
It's digested from the acidophilus because that helps break down the fat and makes it more digestible.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that. Okay, do you want to get on the camera and I'll talk about some of these other foods while we're on the topic of being healthy. These are some really good foods. These are lentils, just organic green lentils, really cheap, loaded with protein. And if you can zero in on that, you'll see that I soaked them and sprouted them. So what I did is I soaked them overnight, and then I sprouted them. I rinse them, and then I tip them like that. and the water runs out, and then I rinse them twice a day. And in about 48 hours, they've got these little tails on them, and they are absolutely loaded with protein. And then I did the same thing with fenugreek, which men, it's one of the precursors of testosterone, but having it in the sprouted form is very potent and very good. It tastes really good, tastes very nutty and good, and so that's one thing. And then I did the same thing with chickpeas. Now the chickpeas in this country I can't get to sprout real well, but I have to put them in the fridge after about 24, 48 hours, or they get rotten. But when I'm in Europe, they are much better. But these are really good food for just tons of protein, tons of flavor. And then these I grow in my garden. This is just butternut squash. I grow it in the garden. I like it raw. Most people don't. But it tastes really good. It's a little bit sweeter than a carrot and a little softer, but you have to cut the skin off on the outside. And then, some blueberries. And this is aloe vera, which we buy at same places we get the coconuts. Fresh and Fresh, Patel's, and K&S. And they're, between $1.99 and 99 cents for a big, long, pointy leaf. And then my beautiful assistant, she cuts them and fillets them for me with a sharp knife. And it's like liquid skin. It's unbelievable for your skin. I don't have any of the problems I used to have skin-wise, like psoriasis, cracking on my hands in the winter, and just all sorts of issues with my cuticles and things like that have really gone away. And some of these conditions were quite painful, especially the psoriasis on my hands, and I get contact dermatitis and all sorts of issues with skin. But this really helps. So I have about half of this amount every day. And I'm very used to it, but a lot of people that try it say it's bitter. You have to rinse it to get the bitterness off, but I've gotten really used to the bitterness, and it's a whole process cleaning these and doing that. And then we have another video on that. But, and then just the regular fruits and veg, beets, fennel is really good, and asparagus is really good, and grapes, and celery. And then come over here, I'll show you some more. These are really good thing to stay healthy with. And then over there I have sprouted some flax seeds, which are really good nutty flavor. Of course, mangoes are still happening here. And then this is a fruit. Now I grew these. I was sitting in this very spot, and I gotten some of these from one of the markets that I mentioned, and there was a seed in it. And about 4 or 5 years ago I planted the seed. And now this is, I'm getting, that tree is growing its own fruit, and I'm getting tons and tons of fruits. Now, that's never happened to me. I've tried doing that before, but, it just shows a little faith and a little perseverance that that great things can happen. And so we're getting a lot of persimmons now. And so, I think I can wind it up there. Oh, there's one other food I got to mention that I really love. This is a jicama, and this is a pretty manky one. So it's gone a little far, but I like eating those raw, and these are just my normal butternut squashes and all your seeds and nuts and everything like that. So those are maybe some healthy ideas for you if you're looking to maybe try to get healthy, as the holidays coming up here in November. And so thanks for watching.